Glorified be the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh or Elohim. Glorified be Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Glorified be Rakakadash. Greetings to the hopeful elect, the Israelites, and all the people of all nations. Alright, man. Glorified be the Heavenly Father for our mother wisdom. This is super high power of the Spirit. We have to do this. We're going to do Genesis 11 all the way to 16. Okay, let's start with descendants of Terah. Okay. Now these are the descendants of Terah, okay, which Terah means a dove, wind, a wind, a hen, you know what I'm saying? The dove is the Most High's favorite bird. Terah was father of Abraham, that means exalted father. Nahor and Haran was the father of Lot. Nahor means someone sleeping, someone snorting, And Haran means grow burn, like insinuate passion, fervor. And Lot means a veil, a covering, Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his birth, in Ur, And Ur is fire, light, like a flame, ascending, the original flame, like Orion, And he said in Ur of the Chaldeans, okay, saying now Chaldeans means the occult, mystic works, walks, And Abraham and Nahor took wives, and the name of Abraham's wife was Sarah, that means princess, and the name of Nahor's wife was Milcah, that means like a queen, but efficiency, like a queen who is like God, queen of heaven vibration. She was the daughter of Haran, which is, fire, and the father of Milcah, and now Sarah was barren and she had no children, right? The princess. Terah took his sons Abraham and grandson Lot, son of Haran, and his daughter Sarai, and Abraham's wife, and they went out, from Ur, from Orion, into the land of Canaan. That's the land of sorcery and no goodness. Now it says that now the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran, right? Now the call of Abraham, right? Now the Most High Yahweh Elohim said to Abraham, "Go from your country and your kindreds and your father's house to the land that I will show you, and I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you and make your name great, so that you will be blessed. I will bless those who bless you, and the ones who curse you I will curse. And in all the families of the earth shall be blessed." So Abraham went as Yahweh Elohim had told him, and Lot went with him. Abraham was 75 years old when he departed from Haran. Abraham took his wife Sarah and his brother's son Lot and all the possessions that they had gathered and the persons whom they had acquired in Haran, and they set forth to go to Canaan. When they had come to Canaan, Abraham passed through the land to the place of Shechem. Shechem means female vows, or shoulder to lean on, a refuge, like a breast. It says here, right? He went to Shechem and took Shechem to the oak of Moreh. Moreh means a way of operating, like salty surface crust, oracles, place of oracles. That's what it is, At that time, the Canaanites were in the land. Then the Most High appeared to Abraham and said, "To your offspring I will give this land." So he built there an altar for Yahweh Elohim, who had appeared to him. From there he moved on to the hill country on the east of Bethel. That means the home of the Most High. There he built an altar for the Most High, invoking the name of Yahweh Elohim. And Abraham's journeyed on by stages towards Negev, right? So I told you Negev is the right place, the desert. Pretty much the Sahara Desert. Abraham and Sarah in Egypt. See, now there was a famine in the land, so Abraham went down to Egypt and resided there as an alien, for the famine was severe in the land. When he was about to enter Egypt, he said to his wife Sarah, "I know well that you are a woman beautiful in appearance, and when the Egyptians see you, they will say, 'This is his wife.' Then they will kill me, but will let you live. So say you are my sister, so that you will go well with me, because that my life may be spared." When Abraham entered Egypt, the Egyptians saw the woman. She was very beautiful. When the officials of Pharaoh saw her, they praised her to Pharaoh, and the woman was taken to Pharaoh. For he dealt well with Abraham, and he gave him sheep, oxen, milk, goats, You see female slaves, female donkeys, and camels. But the Most High afflicted Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. So Pharaoh called Abraham and said, "What is this you have done? Why didn't you not tell me that she was your wife? Why did you say she is my sister, so that I took her for my wife? Now then, there is your wife, take her and be gone." And Pharaoh gave his men orders concerning him, and they set him on his way with his wife and all that he had. Okay, basically that's when he spoke on Egypt, man. Now, Abraham and Lot separate, right? So Abraham went up from Egypt, and he and his wife and all that he had, and Lot with him. And you know what? Actually, I'm gonna skip this, man, because pretty much they go one way. Well, I'm gonna go down to verse 8. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go to verse 10. Lot looked about him and saw that the plain of Jordan was well watered with gardens, and like the land of Egypt in the direction of Soar. You know what I'm saying? And Soar means Soar means like forester, man, like sun worshiper, man. Sanctuary or refuge. You know what I'm saying? Now, okay, so he went Soar, and this was before the Most High had destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. So Lot chose for himself the plains of the Jordan eastbound. Abraham set on the land of Canaan, right, in the city of the plains. Now, the people of Sodom were wicked, great sinners against the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And the real meaning of Sora, so you know. So like your family. Sodom means underlying, underneath, or a mantra, vibration. You know what I'm saying? That's what it means. You know what I'm saying? So our soup. You know what I'm saying? Sodom. You know what I'm saying? Like just perverting the man, sodomizing, homosexuality, all that shit. Now, the Most High, after Lot has separated from him, raise your eyes now and look from the place where you are now northbound. For all this land you see, I will give to you and your offspring forever, like the dust, and I will make your offsprings like the dust of the earth, so that one can count the dust of the earth. Your offspring also can be counted. Now, I'm going to skip it over there, right? I'm going to go to Lot's captivity, right? This is where, you got to pay attention. In the days of King Amraphel, Amraphel means before noon, saying radium, saying fell, falling, condemned, saying, pretty much, sun, saying, and of Shinar, saying, and Shinar means summer, heat, saying, scorching hot, pretty much, summer, of Shinar. King Ariak of Shinar, King Ariak of Eleazar, saying, Ariak means has arrived arrogant, saying self-absorbing, surprise, surprising regret, saying, and Eleazar means elevated, standard, pretty much stone worshiping, man. Now, Eleazar, king of Shatter Lamar, that's queen of heaven, goddess, saying, like servant, saying, vibration, of Elam, saying, Elam is of India, man, saying, of the east, of oppressed, saying, of a state of, Elam is like a decrease, of brought low, saying, like, that's why I have tears, society tears. Now, it says here, right, and then from Elam, King Tidal, saying, Tidal means pretty much, once again, man, like sun worship, man, because when you have right here, it says Tidal of Goim, and Goim is sun worshiping, man, like, just the things that don't change, nothing new under the sun, man. Of Goim, these kings made war with King Bera, you know what I'm saying, and Bera means Bera means image, to be allowed, to rule the land, obligation, to the sun, to proclaim, saying, son, Bera of Sodom, saying, and I told you what Sodom is, saying, underlying, and what's underlying, fine angel, and King Bersha of Gomorrah, Bersha means a strong wind, saying, blind and self-blinded storm, evil evil son who beholds, man. You know what I'm saying? The wickedness inside the sun. You know what I'm saying? Now, Gomorrah, you know what I'm saying, is dry measures, reprimand, you know what I'm saying, reprove, you know what I'm saying, condemn, you know what I'm saying. So it's the evil son that was condemned. That's what it's saying. That's what it means. And now, Gomorrah King Shinab, Shinab means death, you know what I'm saying, doing something wrong, great, steal, sin, sin is my way. Adma means adversary, disapproval, saying red destruction, saying warmonger, you know what I'm saying, Adma. Okay, King Shemabur of Seboim. Shemabur means name for like for fame, like to evoke to unusual bear, like a different way, a different vibration, like confused about sexuality, man. Shaber of Seboim. And see, Seboim means it's named for a genderless person, you know what I'm saying? Like a boy that thinks he's a girl, or a girl that's masculine, you know what I'm saying? It's like confused, man, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much lesbianism, a butch, you know what I'm saying? And the king of Bela, that is in Zoar, you know what I'm saying? King of Bela is master, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? My beautiful, Bella, you know what I'm saying? Like beautiful, madame. Remember that Baphomet vibration is training, man. Now see, and all these joint forces in the valley of Sidon, you know what I'm saying? And valley of Sidon, and Sidon is like, the desolate place, and valley of Sidon, and that is in the Dead Sea. 12 years they had served Shadow Lamar, and 13 years they rebelled. In the 14 years, Shadow Lamar and the kings who were with him came and subdued the Rephaim and Ashtaroth Karam. The Rephaim is like the giants, you know what I'm saying? They used to be, the remnant, you know what I'm saying? Giants, departing spirits, or what's left, like a remnant. That's what it is, Rephaim, right? And in Ashtaroth Karnama, it means the town, the shameless town, you know what I'm saying? A war, war hungry town, blood town, And now, all right, so then, and the Susim in hand, Susim is the restless, you know what I'm saying? Roaming around, you know what I'm saying? Susim, Sus, you know what I'm saying? He feel like lightning, They other titans of Greece, Sus, all of them, they all got sent to the volcanoes, you know what I'm saying? They got to the pit, you know what I'm saying? So there you go, right? Susim soaring, roaming around. In Ham, you know what I'm saying? In Ham, it's dark magic, you know what I'm saying? It's witchcraft. The Imam, you know what I'm saying? Imam means dreaded ones. In Shavin Kur At'am, Shavin Kur At'am means blood sacrifices, you know what I'm saying? All these deity demons, they require blood sacrifices, you know what I'm saying? Now, here it is. So, and the Horites are the cave dwellers, you know what I'm saying? Cave dwellers in the hill country of Seir. And Seir is the hairy goat, the demon, a tempest, they revere the goat. Okay, and Seir, as far as Elpar is a terebinth tree, of Paran, you know what I'm saying? Okay, of Paran, in the age of the wilderness. Then they turned back and came to Enmish. Enmish is deciding place, like a court, litigation, you know what I'm saying, to be in trial. That is in Kadesh, that is in the holy, you know what I'm saying, the Holy One judged them, and subdued all the countries of the Amalekites. Amalekites is haughty, blood-sucking enemy, because the Amalekites, they drink blood and all this shit to this day. And also the Amorites, you know what I'm saying, and the Amorites are the Westerners, the remnant of those in the West, you know what I'm saying, pretty much Europe, man, Amorites who live in Hasatan Tamar. Hasatan Tamar is Hasatan Tamar. Hasatar. Okay, here we go. Okay, they live in the Amorites live in Okay, here you go. Okay, this is important. Hasaton Tamar. Hasaton Tamar. It means Tamar or Hasaton Tamar or Hasaton Tamar Oritas means, okay, hear this, right? It means they divided and stole and pretty much cut to pieces the palm trees of Orion, and the seed of Orion. We're from Orion. We were created by the Orionites. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Orita, right? Who live in Hasaton Tamar. You know what I'm saying? In Hasaton Tamar. I mean, saying it's holy place divided. Then the king of Sodom, the king of Gomorrah, and the king of Admah, the king of Seboim, and the king of Bela, that is Azor, went out and they joined battle in the valley of Siddim with the king Chedorlaomer of Elam, king Tidal of Gomer, king Amra, king Arikov, 4 kings against 5. Now the valley of Siddim was full of bitumen pits, that's tar pits, you know what I'm saying? And as the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled, some fell into them, see? They were throwing the pits and tar pits, you know what I'm saying? And the rest fled to the hill country. So the enemy took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and all their provisions and went their way. They also took Lot and the sons of Abraham's brother, who lived in Sodom, and his goods and departed. Then one day who had escaped came and told Abraham the Hebrew, you know what I'm saying? And, Abraham is exalted father, and Hebrew means to pass over. And Elihu Ratek means the word of Orion, the Most High passed over the firmament. That's what it means, it does, you know what I'm saying? Now here you go. The Hebrew who was living by the oaks of Mamre, okay, see? Living in the oaks of Mamre. Oaks of Mamre. He was living in the and the brother of Eshcol, you know what I'm saying? Eshcol means the cluster of grapes, you know what I'm saying? Eshcol and Aner. Aner means male ant, like ant workers. And Aner, these were allies of Abraham. When Abraham heard that his nephew had been taken captive, he left forth trained men, born in his house, 308 of them, and he went to pursue as far as Dan, that means to judge. And he divided the forces against them by night, and he and his servants and routed them, pursuing them to Hobah. You know what I'm saying? Hobah means a gift from Baal, you know what I'm saying? North of Damascus, that's the bloody city, and also brought back his nephew Lot with his goods, and women, and people. Okay, now, verse 17, Abraham blesses Melchizedek. After this, he returned from defeating Chedorlaomer, and the kings who were with him. The king of Sodom went out to meet him at the valley of Shaveh. Shaveh means equivalent, spoken into existence. That is the king's valley. And the king Melchizedek of Salem brought out bread and wine, and he was the high priest of the Most High Yahweh Elohim. And he blessed him and said, Blessed be Abraham by Yahweh Elohim, maker of heaven and earth, and blessed be Yahweh Elohim, the Most High, who has delivered your enemies into your hand. All right, so Melchizedek means dark friend. Here, that is here, guardian of the paradise. And Salem is my righteous king, and Salem is peace. That's the Sharon that he put on the east to take the garden. You know what I'm saying? That's why you hear that song, Black Hole Sun. Now, here goes. And Abraham gave him 1/10 of everything. Then the king of Sodom said to Abraham, Give me the persons, but take the goods for yourself. But Abraham said to the king of Sodom, I have sworn to the Most High, Yahweh Elohim, maker of heaven and earth, that I will not take a thread, or a sandal, or a thong, or anything that is yours, that you may not say I have made Abraham rich. I will take nothing but what the young men have eaten, and the share of the men who went with him, Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre, let them take their share. All right, man. Thread means cotton, fiber, sewing. Sandal, thong, means like, walking your ways, a whip, what I'm saying, bondage. And, now, we're going to finish it off with Yahweh Elohim's covenant with Abraham. After these things, the word of the Most High came to Abraham in a vision. Do not be afraid, Abraham, I am your shield. Your reward shall be very great. But Abraham said to the Most High, What will you give me, for I continue childless, and the heir of my house is Eleazar of Damascus. That's Eleazar means my father's God. Damascus is the bloody city, because dad was sun worshiper. Okay, and you have given me no offsprings and no slave born in my house. But the word of the Most High came to say, This man shall not be your heir. No one but your very own issue shall be your heir. he brought him outside and said, "Look toward the heaven and count the stars. If you're able to count them, then he said you should so you should be able to count your descendants." And he believed the Most High and reckoned it to him as righteous. Then he said to him, I am the Most High who brought you from that's Orion, saying, and out of the Chaldeans, out of the hidden, the hidden knowledge, to give you this land and possessions. But he said, "O Yahweh Elohim, for how am I to know that I shall possess it?" He said, "Bring me a heifer 3 years old, a female goat, ram 3 year old, a ram 3 years old." And he brought him all these and cut them in two, laying each half against the other. But he did not cut the birds in two. And when the birds of prey came down on the carcass, Abraham drove them away. As the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abraham, and a deep, terrifying darkness descended upon him. Then the Most High said to Abram, "Know this for certain, that your offspring shall be aliens in the land that is not theirs, and should be slaves there, and they should be oppressed for 400 years. But I will bring judgment on that nation that they serve, and afterwards they shall come out with great possessions. As for yourself, you shall go to your ancestors in peace. You shall be buried in a good old age, and they shall come back here in fourth generation. For iniquity of the Amorites is not yet completed," of the west, because the sun sets in the west, sun worshippers. When the sun had gone down and it was dark, a smoke fire pot and flaming torch passed between these pieces. On that day the Most High made a covenant with Abraham, saying, "Your descendants will give this land from the river of Egypt to the great river Euphrates, the land of the Canaanites, Hittites, Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Rephaim, Amorites, Canaanites, Girgashites, and Jebusites, all the abominations." And see, when it says here that a dark smoking fire pot, that's a cherry in a fire, a so-called UFO, and a torch passed by, consuming fire. So, after edifying, if I be a Most High, shalom.